almost downright disturbing to see.
Elegant Elliot often.
Yes.
Hey, I just thought of this, guys. You think Beth's going to put this on her IMDb? Those
Absolutely.
open credits?
Absolutely. It's already been added.
So greetings, everyone. Welcome to our final edition for the week of... Okay, so I just decided to name the show Howard Stern Tonight. So that's the name of the show. That's what I'm sticking with.
Catchy.
Do you see my shirt for today? Hold on.
Yeah,
What is it?
Casey loves my t-shirt game, so I figured I'd throw this one on today. So it says...
Oh my God, it's a lot of writing.
What the hell?
Yeah, it is. It says,
Jesus.
come over when you're sober.
That's a song. Is that a song?
It
Isn't it like a Paul Westerberg song or something?
Jesus.
It's by
Oh
Lil
my
Peep.
God.
Lil Peep.
I've read menus that were shorter. I mean,
You hear that?
Yeah.
You know, it takes Bon Jovial to write a comment in the private chat.
let's see this.
Look at two master bringing the dirt. I don't see it. Oh, in the private
He
chat.
makes comments about sound and things like that.
He's worried about the font size.
He's
Only in
worried about
Australia
the
they worried about the
fucking
font
size
size.
on my t-shirt. The writing is way too big.
Save it for Barnaby Jones.
Oh my.
Bon Jovial. That's the Prime Minister of Australia. By the way, two master bringing the dirt as usual. Goes Wayne Siegel's the last one to dick down Lisa G. I forgot about that.
Wait, what?
relation. Yeah, Lisa G and Wayne Siegel had a fling.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did she at least get an Audi or something out of it?
Our belly button, you mean?
Oh, Bon Jovial wants us to know that he has breaking news from Australia. If you're going to talk about Djokovic being kicked out of your country, we all know about that already. Because that was how it got on
Maybe the
CNN.
dingo. Maybe the dingo ate
The
his
dingo
house.
ate Mr. Djokovic.
And thank you, David, bringing some dirt. I love David, the violinist. He's got Viper Room.
Who is that? Who is he?
He is one of the new posters. He's on
It's
our
David.
chat all the time. He loves the depping. He loves some David is Mark Harris's lover, by the way. That's the tag name on that. That's why he
Okay.
calls
Mark.
himself.
Oh, David the violinist. Oh
Yes.
my God, what an amazingly
Obscure.
segued reference. I love it.
Jillian Barbary mentioned in an episode of her podcast that she made out with Mark McGrath at a club a few years ago.
Oh my God! So we're getting DMs from 1997 now.
Poor Bon Jovial.
Monique
also
sent
in
me a
private
great
chat.
text last night.
This is too much fun.
In the private chat, when he was saying he has breaking news from Australia, and of course I say what I said about Djokovic, he's like, I stopped typing it. I thought it just happened. God, I'm having the worst fucking week.
It happened tomorrow because it happened there. So yeah,
That's exactly
It
right.
happened
He was
17
far ahead
hours
of
ago.
us.
There is one thing I do want to say about the opening, which I did not realize until he wrote to me about it this morning. But did you know that on our opening and on the one that's for the YouTube channel, maybe you guys will appreciate
The
this,
blunder from down on her.
but Bon Jovial,
Sizzle chest.
Bon Jovial played the guitar and he did the keyboards and he created that music just for our show. So yes,
WNBC clap.
that's a great clap. He did a great job with that. I didn't realize the blunder from Down Under.
Azores, the shirt looks like the eye chart at the DMV.
Is that vintage Azores or
That's a
what?
good one. Okay, now cover your left eye.
Okay, what do you got?
Kangaroo Karen.
Kangaroo Karen.
Is that a Spider-Man villain? That's the new Spider-Man villain. I thought it was Kraven the Hunter.
Okay, let's go.
Oh yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. Melvin,
we got
January
our
7th,
Verbena.
1994, after being told by a doctor that his mantle's liver was so badly damaged from over 40 years of drinking that it looked like a doorstop. Yeah, that's probably true.
And he jumped the line too. for
Liver like a
organ donors.
raisin. I'm sure it's true.
And then he died.
All right. Johnny, are any of
Yep.
the clips that we are going to be listening to from the 5 that you sent, are any of those things that happened earlier in the show? Because the 2 I have are literally from the very end of the show.
The very first one, it was, I don't even know if I'm more enamored by the theme music and what he starts the show off with because of the theme music. It's not like a super duper, but it's him complaining about Instagram and Beth, and it's to go from that Rob Zombie music to what this show is about. It is the funniest irony.
So it's Beth's Instagram?
Yeah. and it's him complaining that Dennis, you know this, correct?
Yeah, all right, we're gonna start the show then. So let's go to the clips. Here we go. Hang on a second. Hopefully it'll work.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. What a snappy tune.
Yeah, snappy.
Love it.
Snappy.
Love it.
Hey now. Hey now. I was so annoyed. I was just telling people that.
Oh my God.
Beth is very active on Instagram with her animal rescues. So the other day, one of the cats, I had to pick up the cat and move the cat. So when I picked up the cat and moved the cat into another room, Beth immediately had her phone out and was videoing me because she thought it looked cute. I was like, honey, nobody cares that I'm moving the cat into another room.
Listen to this music.
She goes, no, it's cute you picking up. Because people, I guess, think I'm like Attila the Hun, so to see me doing something with animals.
Be nice to a kid.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like I go around kicking animals and stuff. So I picked up the cat, and it was, anyway, 130,000 views or something crazy like that. Like 130,000 people watched me move the cat. But I was reading the comments, and people were generally nice. They were like, hey, it's Howard's so sweet with the animals, and you guys are so great with animals. Thank you for rescuing this one, blah, blah, blah. And then one guy writes, I don't understand why Americans wear shoes in their house. And then like somebody wrote back, they started an argument. Some people were defending me wearing my shoes in the house. I almost got involved and was going to write, hey, these are my house they're almost like shoes. Slippers, actually, what I'm wearing. Because one guy wrote, what are those shoes? I want to buy them. And I'm like, I don't even know. They're almost like slippers. I wear them only in the house because Beth doesn't let me wear shoes in the house. I don't care. I'm an American. I'm proud of filth and dirt.
Oh, fuck off.
All right, so, as I commented in the thread, when you live in a 15,000 or 18,000 square foot house, you could wear basketball sneakers or track shoes at home because you're going to walk a half mile halfway across the house.
Listen to the music playing over that.
It's so horrible.
Who is actually handling
call me the American?
Who's handling that? Who's handling that portion of
the dichotomy?
Fred, allegedly Fred.
Totally.
We have a Fred appearance in one of the clips I sent you.
Yeah, I know. He woke him up finally.
Horrible. Yeah, but you know what, Fred? There were a couple of times where Robin said something that absolutely was like either like a you knew or how dare you or something like that, and there was zero Fred. Like he just doesn't.
He's not there.
Yeah, he just phones it in. He's not there.
Monique, how do you respond when someone tells you what footwear to wear in the house you purchased for $25 million?
Don't tell me what to fucking do.
Exactly.
My fucking house. Consuelo will clean it up. Who cares?
Yeah, don't they have an army?
No.
Don't they have an army? Don't they have an army of Roombas? I mean, they're supposed to have an army of Roombas. I mean,
you know what the weird thing about that is? Like, he always loves to talk about how proud he is that he made the bed or cleaned up or did something like that. And then you think to yourself, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, who exactly? Hold on, I need to fix my mic. Who exactly is making the beds? Like, who's doing this stuff?
We've seen the armada of cars in that driveway in the off season. They're not doing. He's giving you that he's bringing dishes in and he's cleaning litter boxes. He ain't doing shit.
Taking garbage out.
Yep.
Bullshit.
Veal's veal. We got a great question from Melvin.
Yeah, we're always curious about that. We don't know that he gets royalties on that. I don't think he's ever mentioned it.
Obviously there's some sort of deal because the song should have gone away. I mean, really, seriously, it should have gone away.
He's always in double dip mode. I would not be surprised, Melvin, if something was worked in like that.
Don't radio stations generally just pay like a broad licensing for X Studios or whatever?
That could be that they have like that Howard's going to play this at least. Well, and don't forget, there's the reruns as well. So,
correct.
It's being played at least 5 times a day, both on the East Coast and the West Coast.
3,000 times a year gets played. I mean,
at
seriously.
least, right? So there's probably like a bulk amount that he gets paid. You're probably right about that. It's probably not a per play thing anymore.
But
exactly, there's a Groupon for it.
Because there's really no other reason for that song to exist on this show.
All right, what's my next clip, Johnny?
This is okay. Shit. His middle daughter, Deborah, he won't bring her up by name, of course.
Yep.
He somehow gets a mysterious email from Colin Christie's mom. So Deborah's,
right, because she has such a poetic way of speaking.
And
his in-law.
Initially,
he
won't say the name, and then he gets the green light to say the name, and then he mentions, but he won't say her proper name. He just says it's my daughter's husband's mom.
Not his son-in-law's mother, right?
No,
it says my daughter's husband's mother.
Yes, good catch, Monique. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
the euphemisms he used to try to look younger.
Whatever. It's just the most retarded way you could say it. He did.
All right, let's go for it. Here we go.
It's such a weird.
For to make sure that hopefully test negative.
Right.
I've been vaccinated, triple vaccinated,
about all these people
and also got a flu shot. Anywho,
a friend of mine wrote me and said, Omicron is knocking on our door like the big bad wolf. She's very literate, and
I was going to say, who your douchey friends?
You know what? It isn't.
She dates men very
normally you
successful.
go, your douchey friends wrote something so beautiful like that, so literate, and I got, now, you know what it is? This is through marriage. In other words, the person who wrote me is my daughter's husband's mom. And she's okay. So through my daughter, I get classy people writing me. You know what I mean?
Right.
My douchebag friends. Wayne Siegel sends me an email last night. He goes, did you see this chick selling her fart week? I go, what? That's my typical email. When I get something classy like that, it's from my daughter's husband's mom.
God, Monique is so right. You're so right. Why do you think he struggles with saying son-in-law? What a weird motherfucker. What does he think it makes him look younger if he doesn't say son-in-law?
Yeah, exactly.
What a fucking weirdo.
He's going to be 68. You realize he's going to be 68 years old in 6 days.
He really struggled.
Right.
He really worked to say that, too. He really worked to not say son-in-law.
And it's not like it's not as if she was really being like Shakespearean with her
annoying.
Omicron.
Sound like an annoying bitch.
It's like Big Bad Wolf at the door. Okay, so
It's a 70-year-old cliche she spits out.
Exactly. Filipino
and the 79
cliche.
IQ is so dazzled. That's the smartest thing he's heard all week.
So some 75-year-old Filipino woman has like a better prose to talk about than his own fucking family.
Because all he's done is talk to Beth for the week, and that's the smartest thing he's heard all week. I don't know who's stupider out of the two, Dennis. I don't know whose IQ gets lowered. Yeah, I know.
It's you know what? That's a couple made in heaven. Seriously, they deserve each other.
Rocks.
They deserve each other like nothing else. And
Lily?
Allison must laugh her ass off when she has like the
bang.
whole family for Thanksgiving. And, Howard Hughes is sitting in his cold fucking mausoleum wearing his not even polo. It's like New York Polo Association fleece zip-up waffle hoodie with the shearling on the inside and his Ugg slippers.
Laundry Room writes something here. This is a man who pretends to be 40 now in 2022 and pretended to be in his early 30s in the 90s. No, so true, Laundry Room. I've said on the show a bunch of times. Have you ever noticed all his friends are no older than 15 years younger than him?
Right.
Everybody he hangs out with, whether it's I think Anderson's like the oldest one. So it's like Kimmel's 15 years old. All these people are like at least 15 to 25 years younger than him.
Yeah.
And he acts like Dax Shepard, Monique, you said, like all these people he invites over his house. No one's close to his age range.
No.
Doogie Howser and his
Yep,
boyfriend.
that's
Well,
right.
wait a minute.
That's right. Neil Patrick Harris.
Baldwin's the closest in age to him.
There's
Probably.
a couple, and he's still younger, but it doesn't.
He's still younger, but
he's famous enough where he's in that.
But you know what?
Hampton
I don't
circle.
think that
Jimmy
they
Fallon's
socialize. I got to be
20
honest
years
with you.
younger.
You know, Alec Baldwin like sits at home and he's such a fucking breeder. And I don't
how does
think
he have
that
time to do anything else?
I don't think he does have the time to socialize. I don't think
anymore.
he's part of the crew. Like I think he likes to talk to Howard and with Howard, but I don't think that he socializes with them at all. And I think that his psychotic fucking wife probably hates everybody.
I mean, you really don't want to shoot the shit with him anymore.
We covered him on the early days of the pandemic, and he had a great play-by-play of Howard's house, which Howard was terrified about. Remember?
He's terrified.
It was great.
Terrified.
Just quick comments. Wasn't a big deal, and Howard went nuts. I saw that. That was at Lincoln. They live. All she did was interview people in Lincoln Square.
Yeah.
The Millennium Towers is adjacent Kaplan to Lincoln Square, and all those interviews she did was constantly in Lincoln. She would just walk downstairs, and extra would
walk
go
downstairs.
over.
Yeah,
That's exactly
I
right.
remember
That's
that.
all she did. Well, no. All right, so let's play a little bit of this and see what goes on here. Here we go. Hang on.
There's a pop.
Girl who modeled would saw me walking and thought she was my girlfriend.
Wait, let me go back
well,
up. Hold
she came on to me. Sure, this is insane, and I'm being serious. You know, I had such a
Hey, whenever you say, and I'm being serious, that means you're lying.
small taste
Let
of
me
this.
Monique, can you just pause
Yeah.
for a second? I just want to give you a little. This precipitated because Pete Davidson. He's going on the
right,
Pete
banging
Davidson, so he's
everybody's
comparing
girls.
himself to Pete Davidson and the
Okay.
bullshit.
Well,
right?
Okay.
Epstein.
Okay.
I told you when I was in college,
Yeah, I told you.
I used to hang around with a very good-looking girl. She was a friend of mine from years ago.
Okay, hang around with. Not that he fucked her, because he used to say he used to fuck a model in college.
Yeah, the
He
story keeps
hung
changing.
around with her, which means
Hung
that, and he said so many times, even yesterday, that he used to smoke cigarettes and try to act like he was cool with like the whole David Bowie story he was trying to tell.
Yeah,
And he said, I never picked up a girl. Never, ever,
Yep.
ever
So-
did anybody think I was
I
cool.
And the
can't
other
imagine
part
why.
is that the amount of cigarettes he said he smoked is
Three
fucking
packs a day. He would die one. He would be lighting the next one with his, and
60
he smoked
cigarettes.
from 14 to 19.
Look at that, 60 cigarettes in less than 8 hours of free
14
time.
to 19,
60,
3 packs a day.
60 cigarettes.
His parents bought him
Holy-
You think that
cigarettes
was
too.
gonna make him look cool? 1970s emo Phillips.
And where is
Are you
Allison
kidding?
during this stuff?
Exactly. She met him at
Yeah,
19.
And
Yes.
Rita. And she's a very, very pretty girl, like exceptionally gorgeous. And I would walk
Pretty or
to class
exceptionally
with her.
gorgeous?
And
see, they were
and
friends.
some gorgeous girl who modeled would saw me walking with Rita and thought she was my girlfriend. Well, she came on to me,
Uh-huh.
and I really good looking girl as a girlfriend because she thought I was dating Rita. And lo and behold, what ended up happening was about a week into dating her, she finally said to me, "Did you date?" She broke up with me that night. Never even broke up with me. Wouldn't see me anymore.
She ghosted you.
Yeah.
Wait, so we're talking.
Robin, that's-
Okay, let's parse this for a
Let's
second.
parse this. Let's parse
And
that.
I know you skipped around a little bit in it, but I did remember hearing it. So basically, he had this friend who was good looking. So some other good looking
Allegedly.
girl thought that a good looking girl was going out with this, basically Tiny Tim looking freak. So she wanted him.
Of course.
And they
So-
lasted for only a week. I bet you he was a fucking virgin when he met Allison.
You remember,
Oh, I-
remember Bill O'Reilly's
100%.
stories at Howard in college? He said he saw him just skulking around the campus, just hiding.
Because he was the only
That's-
other tall
that's
guy,
random.
so he always
I know,
noticed
so that's
him.
why I don't know. Where's Allison in this? Neither one of. Don't you love telling college stories where you have a gag order from your ex-wife who encompasses 90% of your college
I mean,
existence?
yeah, he met Allison when he was 19, right? I mean, so basically, like freshman year he wasn't dating her. Sophomore year he was dating her, and yeah, no. Once again, it's like the bullshit mad tear stories. It's always the same
all
bullshit with him. With the time span.
When
does
you have
not
no new life
match up.
experiences, Dennis, what are you gonna do? You go back to college again. He's obsessed with high school and college stories, and then when he runs
Yes.
out, he makes more up. I am Siler writes. Wait, Howard's saying he dated an actual Rita from? No. Dennis is saying he
That's where he
used
got
that
the
as a
name
fake
from.
name for his fake story, Siler. Like he just,
Yeah.
this is his new lie.
He
so
just
he's
pulled
like,
that out of his ass. That's
all
all.
he
Next week
knows
he'll
is
be
being
dating
right.
someone
that's
named
right.
Lola.
Wait, Melvin
LOL.
letters. I love it. The mad tear at the camp. Remember, because he was fucking so many people at camp, they were ready to kick him out of the camp. He was fucking so many people.
Well,
That
that's
was a
also
story
when he
2
was
years
smoking
ago.
3 packs of cigarettes a day. I'm sure all the girls found that immensely attractive.
Well, he
So
said
hot.
people, not girls. He said people.
Yeah,
Very
his words is
honest
right.
what he said. He never said females.
He has that story about a book where he claims he lost virginity, borderline rape. It was alcohol. It was Quaaludes, right? Too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Was he
Oh, yeah,
Cosby'd
he
her?
used to do lewds.
Yeah.
Exactly. So full of shit. All right, what's our next clip?
Yeah, so this is somehow Fred decides to chime in. It sounds so weird, and it harkened back to, I remember when I first started listening to the show in the earliest of 90s. I didn't know Fred existed until about 5 or 6 months into my listening of it. And if you just started listening to the show, like if you're someone like within the last, I don't know how he would ever get a new listener, but let's just say for the grace of God, he is a new listener, and there's 6 of, and I would think this is the first time you even knew Fred existed. Like within the last, what would you say, Dennis? 4, 5, 6 months?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, you never hear Fred.
Yeah,
there is no Fred.
For weeks.
$5 million a year, folks. This guy gets.
All right, let's hear Fred throwing his 2 cents in for 2022. Here we go.
This is so weird.
I mean, I got to have him on again because I'm sure this is insane, and I'm being serious. You know, I had such a small taste of this. I told you when I was in college, I used to hang around with a very good-looking girl. She was a friend of mine from years ago.
Sorry, I went back to Rita. Let me go to Fred.
Rita.
Sorry, guys.
I have to interrupt. This will be the one time I do today. And that would be he played a young Andy Kaufman in the Man on the Moon movie.
Oh, wow.
Bobby Borriello?
Bobby Borriello, yes. He did all like the famous kids, Tony Soprano, and Andy Kaufman. After that, I don't know where his resume goes.
Monique, you know what the setup is here?
Now you know why I don't call Fred.
It's so weird. It was so weird. A caller called up. It's funny we were talking about Private Parts yesterday. A caller called up and asked, "Are you still in touch with the kids from Private Parts?"
Oh my fucking god.
The kids?
The people who played the kids. Him as a kid.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's so weird. The callers in general. I mean, I had this thought today. Oh God, they're all so.
Set up.
Well, they're so low energy, you know, and they have no punch and no pop and sizzle. And so I had this. I glance on Reddit, and sure enough, this guy is the same. Guy writes a thread on Reddit, exactly what I was kind of just going through my head. And he writes, "Are all the callers on this show? Why they're all so topic? They're also on topic, and they're also pleasant. How do they all do it?" Isn't that the tone now? That Dennis, how they're all pleasant and they're all perfectly on topic setting.
Immediately on topic. I mean, it's so set up.
I think that probably what happens is like the screeners probably get a grouping of topics he wants to talk about that day.
No, I think Monique's right. No. Yeah. If they're not fake,
they're fake.
In the rare occasion that they're real, Monique is absolutely right. He has a set group of 10 topics he'll allow to talk about. And I've been hung up on, Dennis, for the most softball topic you could imagine. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, that's what he does. All right, let's hear Fred. Throwing his 2 cents in. Hang on.
You, Fred? Or you called me? Someone? We spoke over.
You spoke over the holiday?
Oh, yeah. Fred had written me an email asking me a question about something private. And I got back. I said, Fred,
very private. It was a cool call.
Yeah. I wasn't going to write him back. It was a long explanation. So I called him. I broke down and called Fred. And
it was very, very informative. Why is she laughing? Why is she giggling?
No, I'm laughing at him saying I broke down. That's what I'm laughing at.
Well, that's what I'm trying to ascertain here. It could have gone either way.
Can we just discuss the fact that Fred's been with him over 35 years and he still licks his ass as if it's... You know what it is? It's the fact that most of these people know they would absolutely be nothing without him. They wouldn't have those houses in the Hamptons or down at the Jersey Shore. You know, Gary definitely wouldn't have what he has, as we noted on Monday. You know, they just so beholden to him. I mean, it's almost scary.
It's almost more than that, because at this point, you really just think about it. It's like, why bother arguing? Because it really doesn't matter. I mean, seriously, it's just, you might as well go along with it, because... It serves no purpose to sit there and try to do any extra work by arguing with him, because you're still going to get paid the same money.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Now, the other funny thing that happened with Fred today is that they went back to that horrible thing of the Harlem Shuffle story, where they did that horrible fake take of the Harlem Shuffle, which sounded nothing like the real song.
Is there anything worse than dinosaur rock talk on that show?
No.
It might be the worst topic.
It's painful, and it's like, you know, and he's there like singing the praises of Fred, and it sounded nothing like the fucking real song, and it's still insisting that the record company was giving them cease and desist on that. It's so fucking it's so see-through.
It's ridiculous.
At this point.
It's just ridiculous at this point.
I think Buckwald's agency has you have to call Fred a genius every time he comes up, no matter what the circumstances. This contrived.
You know,
but how weird was that intro though? Fred goes, I'm starting to. This would be the last time. So he's like literally telling, I will never talk for the rest of the. Like Marcy won't let him speak, and not that he ever did, before. But to have to announce that I don't care what happens on this show. I don't care what
I promise you,
I
sir,
could possibly
this will be
add,
the last time I say anything.
I'm never going to speak again. Who
so
says that on a
stupid.
radio? It's a radio show. You get $6 million a year.
Sounds
So,
like
here's the funny
those
thing,
private
though.
schools are expensive.
Hootylicious may have a good point.
That's what it sounds
Tess.
like. Fred's kids in private
Test
school.
in a private school.
Because remember what happened? We heard about what happened at the virtual, ridiculous gay Christmas party, and maybe Allison and Fred, she moves every 6 weeks. Maybe finally, he's had enough of, or she's had enough of him, or she found more guys. God
What's
only
that have
knows.
to do with him not being on the show as much?
Well, no. Him. What he was asking Howard about. He's not on the show a lot because he doesn't have to do any work. And why would you want to do any work if you don't have to? He doesn't do anything.
Listen, good job if you can get it. Really.
I know. That job will never exist. And I think Fred's the luckiest man in radio. Forget Howard.
Oh my
By
God!
the way,
Absolutely.
Rupert Pumpkin has a phenomenal radio reference here, and I think he could possibly be onto something. The Stern Show is now as fake as the Phil Hendry Show. Do you guys know who Phil Hendry is?
Wow.
No.
Dennis, you know who he is?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
He does a show where he basically just plays fake callers for himself. He does it, and it's just all fake. And Howard's obsessed. In fact, Howard claims he went and visited Phil Hendry's studio and watched him work. I think he took this. I really think he took his model and he's using this to a major extent on this show. If Phil Hendry could do it, I can do it, and I think that inspired all this fakeness. I really do. I don't
know.
Pumpkin,
I think he literally is just calling it in until the show is done, and he doesn't have to do anything more. And they're not in the office. Nobody's watching over their back, over their shoulders. I think what happened on Monday's show, if you guys listen to it, where he's completely berating Gary for not doing any work and what the fuck does he do all day? And I'm sure that after the 3 days is done, you do nothing for 8 hours a day. I think he feels that way about everybody, and that Gary was just the whipping boy for what he feels for all of them. Probably includes Marcy, by the way.
How about Tiger Lily? She writes, I like this.
How about
comment.
Tiger Lily?
Can you imagine having such a distant relationship with someone you've known for that long? None of these people are humans. I can't, Tiger Lily. I can't imagine working with someone for 40 years and just not knowing them and just we're not. I can't imagine.
I'm so happy that you get a phone call from them once.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like it's insane.
Never.
But those are the people that stay. Those are the people that feel like they and know that they would have nothing without him. So they are completely subservient, and they will always be that way. That's why they'll never write books.
Gina Bobina says she hosts something called the Silver Fox Podcast. Okay, we'll check it out.
Who's that? Phil Hendry?
I'm just making it up.
Oh, okay. So what I wanted to get to, so I was on my way to Trader Joe's and I was listening to the show this afternoon. And what I'm trying to do, well, here's what I'm trying to do.
Were you going to see Elvin from the Cosby Show?
I start the show at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I keep it on pause. And then I'll go about my stuff for the day, and I'll usually talk to Xavier about, what's going on the forum amongst 4 bazillion other things. And then I'll go back to the show. And I'll keep it on the original show. So if I miss anything that, I was so sad that I didn't catch the entire tirade of Gary right at that moment. But since I learned how to record things off of my phone, like directly and immediately.
Good for you. I can't even.
Now I can pick it up like the moment I hear it, and then I'll just pull the car over. I set the screen to record, and then just record it directly onto the phone. So that's what I've been doing. And so I thought this was kind of amazing little moment because I thought that I lost service. And I thought that my internet went down because this is what it sounded like on the air for a very hot moment. And I found it kind of amusing. So let's listen to this. Hang on a second. It's coming, I promise.
It's going.
We just didn't feel like maybe we were
welcome.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out. I think I was welcome, and Robin probably made him uncomfortable.
Maybe.
Yeah, that must have
Talking
been
about
like-
drummers.
Yeah.
The whole room.
I don't think of any
No,
names.
Looking
Al
at the
Sharpton.
two of us, I think it was you.
Oh, right. Al Sharpton visiting him in the hospital.
That was bizarre.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi.
T.J. Watt could sack you.
Howard,
5
did you
times
freeze?
in that?
Uh-oh.
40-year professional.
Hey, Robin.
Hi. What's going on?
No,
I don't
You're
know.
frozen. You froze for a second, your face, and then my computer just went dead. I was about to hit Gary playing trumpet for James Brown, little clip.
Yeah, you froze on my end, and I didn't know what was going on.
Oopsie.
It was funny because you froze mid-laugh, and you were like this.
Oopsie.
I know, that's
You're
horrible.
like, yeah, and I was like,
Oops a daisy. I literally
100
thought that
million a year. ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
100 million a year. 100 million a year.
I mean,
And they can't get their shit together.
all these other shows do 5 days a week,
Yeah.
and they don't have shit like this happen.
Or 70 people working on them, Dennis.
Right, and this clown in a 15,000 square foot, $25 million mansion can't have his shit work for 3
Well, how-
hours a day.
How about Gary? Gary has to lunge in there because Fred's incapable of holding a conversation. Fred and Robin make Scott and
useless.
Todd look like Mike and the Mad Dog.
Oh, absolutely.
God,
Their
it's so
chemistry.
true.
Neither one of them can hold the conversation on the air for more than 5 seconds.
I thought the host from the chatter did amazing.
Brilliant Howard 101 reference.
So I thought that was weird, and I couldn't imagine how a $90 million a year show with 70 people working for it
Yep.
can actually like freeze up that way. And it just goes to show you that nobody's infallible, and that shit happens. But this is what you get when it's like our show. We're all in different corners of the frigging country, and
Hey, you know what? To
we
be
try.
fair, sometimes those AOL subscriptions just
Yeah,
abruptly
exactly.
end. And you have
Yes.
to- you have to go get another CD.
He might have. Yeah,
Exactly.
CD got old, so he had to get a new CD.
David the
5,000
violinist says
free.
the relic of the 90s MTV toilet humor corporate in-your-face rocker that is the classic Stern Show should have been forgotten, but RG is proving that it has potency as a cult documentary on Hulu. Oh my
Jesus.
God. You know what?
Wow.
I've been
That was well
approached by a
written.
guy who really wants to do a
guy?
documentary about Howard Stern and have us as a part of it, but I don't know where that's at. He's actually directed a couple of things, and he was
Wow.
interested in having...
Honestly, Monique, there hasn't been a good one. There hasn't been a
No?
attempt at that with any teeth at all.
No,
All
never.
the streaming service. He must be.
He
putting a
did it
lot-
just as a bullshit thing while he
Yes.
was on the show, on the
but
channel.
not an honest one. Not
But not
one
an
where you're
honest
getting
one.
it.
Please.
All right, here we go. Hang on.
doing a cooking show. So let's take a phone call, Robin, and then call it a day. We were very busy, as
Very
you can
busy.
see.
Very busy.
Both of us, very busy people. Diane, you're on the air in Pennsylvania. What's up?
Howard, Happy New Year. It's Diane from Philly. I'm the lawyer. I called you before.
Yeah, hi.
I got to say, first of all, happy New Year to everybody. But I've been listening to you for 30 years. And
No, you haven't.
while the way Beth, the way she, first of all, I'm disappointed in
Yeah,
you
you're
too
right.
that you didn't call
It
people
does
on New
sound
Year's Eve. Like, I don't think you realize
Does
how
it
much
sound
you
like
mean
it?
to people. And
It
Beth
does.
is right. And I love how she puts you in your place because I watched the evolution of you from when I was 15, so I'm 45 now. And I think she's right. I think you pick on Gary a little too much sometimes. But I think to see how much you respect women and to hear like your intimate
See how much you
conversations
respect
with
women.
her, you've grown. And I don't know you other than listening to you, but I think you should have her on more often. It's like she can talk to you in a way that nobody else can.
It's his wife. Of course
And-
she
Yeah,
can.
I agree.
You idiot.
I like when she comes
Yeah.
on the show. It's hard for me to get her down here because she always goes,
Yeah,
"You're."
I'm like, so,
Yeah, well, she's like, your fans don't want to hear me, and blah, blah, blah. I go, no, they enjoy it. They
How would
do.
you
They
say
enjoy.
no
You have to
crap at all?
convince her, and
well, Howard, especially the female fans. Here's the thing: when I
See?
first was
God
on your
damn it.
show, a couple like when where I bragged about it, I was like, "Oh my god!" And my dad was like, "Oh, great, you're on Howard Stern." And I'm like, "No, Dad, he's not like it's different now. You should hear. I got your book, and I mean,
No,
you
it
should hear
does
him
sound
now.
like
He's like
her.
evolved and
Yeah.
amazing. He's
Fake
one of the
call.
best interviewers I've heard. And I think when you have Beth coming on, there's something that it adds where it feels like I don't know. I mean, like I said, I love you no matter what. I love.
Yeah, you're right. Tell the people I evolved. Like I was like early man crawling out of the muck, and then
I couldn't believe that's what he would basically like end the show with.
They are.
You know what? You know what this is?
Gary Puppet knows this. Gary Puppet knows, not her at all.
It's very close. I mean,
Gary Puppet has Jillian tied up in his basement right now.
Exactly.
That's why he knows he couldn't make
Exactly. I didn't tell her to call. It's definitely not her.
Toronto telepathy tells her it's not her.
My sick kind of twisted thought process on this is that there's going to be a lot more Beth this year. I'm literally feeling that there's going to be Beth segments starting soon.
He's setting that up right there. Yeah,
it's setting it up where at least once a week, then every day, and then every other day, then every
No, but
day.
she'll always be the reluctant witness, though. She'll always be
of course.
the.
I don't want to be famous.
David thinks it's Rachel Butera. It's fake, whatever it is. It's a hideous, obsequious pile of bullshit.
Yes. That's what this show is.
Because he's waxed poetic about it this week. I mean, seriously, he has taken up about 4 hours of the show this week talking about it and its related things. You know, it's animal rescue, which is so fucking annoying. It's cats and earthworms. Just stop. I mean, but honestly, there will be more of it trying to be famous another way.
I mean,
well, she has nothing else to do.
Out at this point.
She really doesn't. She's chronically unemployed. She literally has nothing else to do.
Nothing.
Literally.
An hour and 10 minutes.
Dennis had a very cogent observation in the chat today. I think it was you and Kate Tate. It could have been Reno. And they were talking about how Howard dated even Allison out of his league. How does he land Allison? And Dennis said, without being anti-Semitic, and I didn't take it as anti-Semitic.
Here we go.
I gotta go, guys.
That Jews flock together, especially of that generation in these schools, because Jews are matched up with each other back then, and that's how that happened.
That's not what I said.
That's how it happened, Dennis. That's how I took it. That's how it's going to go down.
The way they explained it, but remember, he did explain this a long time ago. That Ray literally said, you met a nice Jewish girl, you need to marry her. Because there was two things going on there. First of all, he was a Jewish girl, they were okay with that.
Yes.
And the second thing, he wouldn't be going around being a homo. That's literally the two things, because that Ray was always worried that he was Twinkle Toes Stern. And,
yeah, but a lot of Jewish kids went to BU at the time. I mean, that was like a big...
That.
It's a huge media school.
But
what's that big school? What's the big school I always talk about in Ohio that all the Jewish kids go to?
Oh shit.
Thank you, B40. I know, Nassau County.
What do I hear?
I don't know.
Sounds like happy Jewish music.
That's X. No.
But
X has a bat mitzvah to go to after he's done with the show tonight. He's gonna be dancing the horror.
Hey, black guy got it. Oberlin.
Oberlin, that's the one. Liberal Jew school, yeah, Oberlin for sure. So if it was today, Howard would definitely be going to Oberlin, and that's where he would meet.
Mazel tov.
But Ray, I mean, honest to God, he met a girl that was kind of pretty. She was smart, and she actually liked Howard, and Ray's like, you have to marry her. I mean, there was no discussion, no nothing. That's why.
No, I don't think at 19 years old, you tell your son you have to marry somebody. When
if you're buying him Playboy when he's 14 because you're worried that he likes the dick a little too much, you're telling him to marry the first girl that says hello to him.
That's why I will maintain that Howard was a virgin when he married Allison.
Exactly.
All right, so I don't know if any of you want to sing us out for tonight, but
happy January 6th to everybody. Let's hope the next insurrection is focused on 17 Squabble Lane, from sea, the air, and land. Insurrectionists, if you're listening, that's your next insurrection. 17 Squabble Lane.
What we are calling the show now is going to be Howard Stern Tonight, because it'll always be kind of a late show, and right at my bedtime.
Delicious.
But thank you, Dennis, and thank you, John, and certainly thank you, Xavier, for coming in here. Thank you, Bon Jovial, for all your color commentary.
G Canada.